Hi there, YouTube. So, it's been a few weeks since I posted a video, and I'm very sorry about that. Um, I do have a good reason though. A lot wasn't going on in my life. I was still trying to get kind of established and used to things in London, and so I didn't want to post videos that really had no depth to them or really no meaning behind them. So I wanted to kind of get into the swing of things here and meet some people, get to experience some things, go on some trips, and then come back and share all my fun news with you guys. So I have been in London for a little over a month now, which is pretty insane, seeing as the fact that leading up to coming here was just the longest wait of my life, and now that I'm here, time is flying by, and I'm a little sad that I am going to be going home in June already. I miss everyone at home so much, but I absolutely love it here. I love the people I've met, the atmosphere, living in the city. It's really cool, and it's something that I know I'm going to hang on to for the rest of my life. Um, my messy closet is behind me there, so I'm really sorry. The sun is out, it's getting ready to set, and it sets directly into my room, so the shooting angle is kind of weird right now. I want to recap you guys kind of just what I've been up to over the past month and a half or so and things that I've done. And then at the end of this, I have tips now since I've actually studied abroad. Tips to kind of give out for anybody who's interested in studying abroad. A couple things that I've observed here, a few things I wish I would have known coming into this, and just some things you might want to consider if you're looking to study abroad and if you're also looking to travel while you're studying abroad. Alright, so first let's talk about me. I finally got all my classes straightened out at school here. I'm currently attending London Southbank University, which is right in the center of London, basically. So if you're interested, definitely check them out. They do have a pretty good study abroad program. I'm absolutely loving it so far. But after some mishaps and everything, we all got straightened out, and I love my classes. The teaching style here is very different from what I'm used to back in the States. It's laid back. The teachers are a little bit more easygoing, and everyone is on a first name basis, which is very cool. One thing that I am having to get used to is the grading system. It is different here, and it's not done on an A through F scale. You actually get what's called marks, and your marks are anywhere from 0 marks to 100 marks, so that is similar, but they don't have letter grades attached to them. And just for an example, 70 marks to 100 marks is like beyond passing. You only need 40 marks to actually pass the class. So it is a little different. Um, Besides that, I have successfully figured out how to navigate the tube and the bus system, so traveling around London is easier, and I'm hoping to do a little bit of traveling outside of London here. The one great thing about public transportation in England is you can pretty much get anywhere without having a car, and that's really, really cool. Saves on gas, it's better for the environment, and I think in the long run it probably helps save people a lot of money. I recently just had, actually this past weekend, I was in Paris. My friend Casey, who I know from high school, is studying in Dublin for the semester, and we met up in Paris. I took Eurostar, and she flew Ryanair, and we both had really good experiences. Eurostar leaves right from the King's Cross St. Pancras station here in London, and the trip to Paris only took about 2 hours. The train was really lovely, great seating, great staff, and I didn't even realize we were going through the channel. I fell asleep at one point and we woke up in France. Really simple. Casey flew Ryanair, like I said, and she said she had a good experience with it. Really comfy. I have heard some horror stories about Ryanair, but she said she had a good experience, so I'm very hopeful for when I get to fly Ryanair during spring break. Speaking of spring break, I have started planning my trips. I have met an amazing group of people here. Um, there's a group of American students I met in my international class who are kind of from all over the country, and we are currently planning trips to Greece, Italy, and hopefully Ireland during spring break. And we're going to be flying Ryanair, I'm pretty sure. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that everything goes okay with them. I'm really looking forward to going to Greece and Italy and Ireland too. I also have a trip planned to Amsterdam the end of April for what used to be called Queen's Day. It's now King's Day. Look it up. It's really, really cool. I met a lovely girl named Sophie who is originally from here, grew up in Spain, but now lives here. Total sweetheart, and I've gotten to meet some great people through her. I'm absolutely loving the fact that everyone that basically lives in London comes from all over the world. I know I've said it before, but it's seriously still amazing to me the amount of diverse culture that is within London. It's incredible. If you ever get the chance to come here or you've ever been here, you either know what I'm talking about or you will definitely see it once you come here. Alright, so besides that, I'm kind of just enjoying the fact that I'm legal to drink here. Not abusing the power at all, trying not to. But it's very cool to be able to go out on the weekends with friends, grab a pint, and chill out. It's very socially acceptable, and it's a great alternative to what I normally do on the weekends at home, which is nothing. So it's pretty neat. Alright, so now that I have studied abroad and I've experienced some things, if you are either thinking about studying abroad or getting ready to, there are a couple tips that I wish I had known before coming here. I wish that some blog, something I've read, anything would have told me about this stuff. So the first thing, this may only apply if you're studying in the United Kingdom, but it's definitely something to know. At home, when you go to the grocery store and you're going to buy eggs, you buy them in their refrigerated section. In the United Kingdom, they don't keep eggs in the refrigerated section. They sell eggs on the shelf, normally next to the bread. It took me about 3 weeks to figure this out. So, if you're in England, you go to Tesco, Sainsbury, Asda, your eggs will not be near your milk and cheese. Go to where the bread is, you'll find your eggs on the shelf. Yeah. Tip number 2. So I thought to be smart, I would buy my book supplies for school, my binders, folders, things like that before I came. That way I was prepared. However, while we use a 3-hole punch on our notebooks and our folders, they use a 4-hole punch. So all the notebooks and binders that I brought with me, none of the papers I'm getting for this semester fit into them. So tip is to wait and buy your folders, binders, till you get to whatever country you're going to. It's not only going to save you space in your luggage, but more than likely their stuff is going to be different than what we have back home. Alright, the final tip I'm going to leave for you may only apply to some people, but it's definitely something I would have liked to known before coming here. Normally when you travel abroad, you need to get a visa. Because I'm studying in this country for less than 6 months, I was told, and it found to be true, that when I arrived at the border agency in London, I had to simply ask for a student visitor stamp in my passport. This allows me to stay in London for less than 6 months without a proper visa. Upon traveling abroad to Paris this weekend and trying to come back to London, I was stopped by the border agency and was almost not allowed back into London. I was not aware that all the papers that I brought with me, such as confirmation of my housing, letter of accommodation, a letter from the school here in London saying, I'm going to school here for the semester, I wasn't aware that anytime I leave London and come back in, I have to have all that paperwork with me, like I did when I first came into London. So, if you are studying in a country where you just need to get a student visitor stamp when you arrive, and you're planning on traveling, whether it's a weekend trip or a week-long trip, make sure you bring all those important documents that you had when you first came in with you to bring with you when you go abroad to come back to the country that you were originally studying in. Otherwise, they will not let you in. I had a lot of tears this past weekend and begging and pleading with the UK border agency. They let me in. However, next time, if I don't have my stuff, I will be stranded. So, what I have actually done is I have a Ziploc baggie that I'm now carrying my passport and all those important documents. So my housing accommodation letter, the letter from the school, bank statements, a copy of my passport, all that important stuff I'm now keeping together, and anytime I bring my passport somewhere, that stuff will come with me as well. Alright, so those are just a couple tips that I hope will help you if you are studying abroad or thinking about studying abroad. I am planning on updating you guys more often now that I am kind of into the groove here and I've got some fun things going on. I'm also going to be doing my first study abroad video here, basically on pre-studying abroad, so kind of how to get started, what things you need to do, who you need to get in contact with, and what things to consider. I'm going to be posting that hopefully before the weekend, if not right after the weekend. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I will talk with you guys very soon. Cheers from London.